I definitely believe balance is something that happens before we experience the reunions that open us to our union. Which, if you've watched some of my other videos, you may know that I have some of my own lingo with certain things, like bridging and ego check, for example, because for me, the words I use are a noticeable part of my path. I believe they play a big part in creation. And I think reunions that occur after you've been maintaining balance are different from reunions that occur earlier in our journey, like during activation and maybe during bridging, when we're still really learning the things that cause our imbalances. We may have reunions that are showing and teaching us certain things. But after you've been maintaining balance, we have a different kind of reunion. And because they're actually different in the way that we're not so much learning about our true self anymore through those, I'm going to call these reunions pre-unions because I believe they are the opening stages of union, the physical part of union, where we're moving our balance towards each other in a physical union, which is each of us bringing our unique physical balance that balances with our shared soul frequency, which is our unique harmony of divine feminine and divine masculine energies. These pre unions open to our union. This is our time to take what we've learned and practiced with our own balance and even the sensual balancing, like all of those things that you experienced through your twin, you sensed from your twin, and you had to learn to balance that, and you got good at it. It's led to this point of pre union. Remember how you couldn't look at a pic of them without losing yourself? And it's not that you don't feel yourself completely melt still, but it's the energy. You feel balanced with it at this stage. So, this is the time that we actually begin putting all of that into practice with our twin physically. And if you haven't learned what your unique balance is and then put it into practice, then you're probably not going to experience pre unions just yet. This is when we take those boundaries we established within ourselves and put a stake to them. Stake them to the ground and let our flag fly high. Like, this is me. Take me or leave me. And it's not the attitude of, I don't care if they don't want to be with me or not. Because in truth, my twin is with whom I feel my heart would be most fulfilled. Because that is my self love. That's my soul frequency. My love for me is in him and in our balance. It's all there in one. But everything we learned and practiced with ourself is in our daily lives. It gets put into the plays now with our twin. And it usually happens a little at a time. So that's where things like our surrender to control will be evident. Like, you're not pushing things, you're not rushing things, questioning every little thing, or forcing your time with them, trying to be with them. Like, something I received a long time ago was through a reading that I was doing for myself back when I think I had just accepted that this thing with my twin was actually my spiritual path. So I was still coming down from some of that obsessiveness, but I remember asking something along the lines if he would show interest in having something more with me. And the cards showed me that I would be disappointed because it wouldn't be what I was hoping for. But as I continued to read, it showed that this would be a part of our growth in coming together. And I was like, okay, that actually makes more sense. I shouldn't expect that he would come rushing in and claim that he's felt some kind of way about me. Like, it could happen, but I trust that that's not how it will be from my experience. But pre unions are the physical opportunities to bring our balance with our shared soul and begin practicing that balance as one physically. And this will likely require some practice too, so there may be a period of pre unions. And I don't see it as a test, but it's just part of building our union, our home. We often refer to our twin as feeling like home. And I like to use that analogy because we build a foundation, and little by little, we establish structure. And pre unions are like getting the keys to your home, and now you can start moving stuff in. And it's always been your home, but you had to rebuild. You're getting things ready to live in it as you designed. And I'd like to point out that union is likely not a traditional relationship. At least I have a knowing that for me, it's meant to be much more than that. Like, it's what a huge part of my journey has taught me, which is that we're meant to build our relationships through our divine energy, our truth, and have much deeper connections with each other, especially through our twin. And this is part of moving towards 5D consciousness. And all of this happens on our journey to show us what is truly authentic. It's not something that you can force or research to no end. It's simply something you have to experience. And there is no substitute for experience. That's the point of our journey. You can't read about it or go by others' experiences concerning balance. I mean, yeah, you can learn certain things through that to add to your own experience, to open your knowledge a little more in certain ways. Ultimately, you have to feel it out through your higher self and learn what it is through the experience. And that's another reason why I don't think that as a shared soul, union is just spiritual union, because you're meant to experience this.